Good evening, everyone. Today, for the fifth episode of the Variety Podcast organized by the Mechanical Engineering Society, we have with us Mr. Adarsh Singh, Mechanical Engineer at Indian Space Research Organization. We warmly welcome you to our podcast, sir. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you.
So to begin with, sir, we know that ISRO is a very reputed and respected organization. It is fascinating to hear you working here, and presumably it must have taken a lot of hard work and perseverance to reach here. So, can you tell us a bit about your journey and the challenges you faced in making your journey a success?
Uh, when I started doing BTech, I was not having very much idea about the uh, how to reach place like ISRO or DRDO. My aim was only to get a job when I started my BTech, to get a job to support my family. So when I was in fourth semester, or maybe I was in third semester. I I started means from my seniors. I heard that GATE is a very important exam, and if you want a job, you should prepare for it. So I started preparing for GATE, and in my third year, I uh, I became a little more serious about the exam, and I started solving previous year papers. I started revising things. So from GATE exam, I would say that I prepared for GATE exam, and it is kind of exam. If you prepare for it well, any exam related to your field. So GATE exam, GATE preparation, and during preparation, I felt obviously it was not very easy, and it was hard. So I uh, I revised things. I revised things when in my journey to preparation. I joined. I remember that I joined MedEasy test series, which was a very good test series, and uh, I used to appear tests, and I used to revise appear test and revise. So by doing this, I scored a good score in GATE, and after that GATE exam, I appeared ISRO exam, and which was very similar to GATE exam. So I was having good rank in GATE, but somehow I could not get selected in PSUs. So after giving GATE exam, interview was also similar. In ISRO, for mechanical engineer, uh, ISRO ask for favorite subjects. They ask about your favorite subjects. So I told them that my favorite subject is strength of material and fluid mechanics, thermodynamics. Four subjects I told. They were very interesting. They asked very interesting questions related to SOM, and I answered them. So they were quite satisfied, and I think that there were two, three questions which gave me selection in ISRO. So this was my journey. Um, I started preparing from GATE, and when you prepare for it, you can crack any exam related to your field because it covers whole syllabus. So GATE preparation is, I think, the one thing which brought me here.
Thank you, sir. That's a really inspiring journey, sir. Sir, can you give a brief insight of the life of a mechanical engineer at ISRO?
Uh, ISRO makes rockets and satellites, basically two major things, and also ISRO is providing many communication services and data to various Ministry of Government of India. So for mechanical engineer, uh, ISRO job in ISRO is very interesting. Like a mechanical engineer has to design many things, like various parts of rockets and satellites. Uh, a mechanical engineer, like ISRO is having a lot of domains, like related to material science, okay, which is also part of mechanical engineering, related to design, testing, dynamic testing. If the most interesting thing for my from my point of view, like I am very interested in dynamics. So here in Ahmedabad, if I be little particular, so in Ahmedabad, we are making payload, which is a part of satellite. Like whole, like there is a satellite. Satellite contains solar panels, thrusters, whole fuel system, and it contains payload which may have optic. If it is an optical satellite, it will have a camera, like it will have a camera like 3 meter, 2 meter large camera. So when satellite is launched into a rocket, so it has to undergo through environments of rocket, which is very which is very what should I say, very dynamic environment. Like it satellite has to undergo rocket vibrations, moisture during the launch, and the heat dissipation inside the orbit, because there is no convection inside in space, because there is no air. So from mechanical engineer point of view, there is lot of scope, from thermal point of view, from material point of view, from design point of view. uh, there is lot of scope in ISRO. So uh, any particular means any particular question if you want to ask, please ask.
Yes, sir. So, like, what is basically your main work, like, related to satellites, or as a mechanical engineer, sir? If you could tell
Yeah,
us more about.
okay, let me take example of satellite.
Yes.
There is a satellite, just imagine a cuboid. Six faces are there, and in center there is a fuel tank and thruster in the bottom. Okay, so this is means whole design, like a satellite. Suppose let me take an example of optical satellite. An optical satellite take photographs, make videos, and uh, an optical satellite can take photograph or make real time video at any place in the world, which the place should be beneath the orbit of the satellite. So let me take example of Cartosat 3. So mechanical engineer design camera, mechanical engineer design thruster, mechanical engineer design fuel tank. How much pressure should be inside the fuel tank? How much stress will be there in the body of fuel tank due to the pressure? And these are within the margins or not? And when satellite will be launched? Suppose rocket, there are many stages in rocket. Whenever any stage is separated, so there is heavy shock, like 10,000 G level kind of shock is generated. So that much shock, the electronic equipment in the inside the satellite, inside the payload, can survive uh, or will not survive. So these things are evaluated during the design, and these things are tested. Any subsystem, any electronic hardware which is developed is will be tested. uh, during launch there will be moisture because rockets are launched near sea, so there will be heavy moisture. So every component level, every box, every electronic box, there will be a moisture test, there will be vibration test, there will be stock test. That package should sustain the vibration levels. It should be qualified for moisture. It should be qualified for shock. So mechanical engineers design these subsystems. Camera, they design camera. Like camera have many mirrors. So mirrors actually in space mirror is a very critical thing to design. Actually, the challenge is that the camera we are having in the at the ground with us, the distance between mirrors, they get adjust when we operate a camera. Mirrors position adjust, but in satellite these things may not be as we may not adjust them. So we have to design mirror. uh, the challenge is in designing of a camera that the shape of mirror, even a minor change in shape may cause disturbance in focus and the quality of image. So we have to choose material which have very low coefficient of thermal expansion, because even a minute change in the surface of mirror, which is active surface, where the optical rays are going to be reflected, uh, that surface is very critical in so coefficient of thermal expansion uh, point of view. You have to design things, you have to design things from stress point of view. So the job is very interesting in ISRO. This is
Yes, sir.
from yeah, this is from, I just took example of an optical satellite, which are relatively more fragile due to mirror and due to its own different design. Communication satellites are relatively less complex from mechanical point of view. Yes. So there are many kind of challenges like surface treatment. Uh, Satellite parts should not be affected due to moisture. Every part is surface treated. Aluminum, aluminum. If it is of aluminum, then aluminum oxide should be used. And mass point of view, mass should be less when you are designing. So these are challenges because mass is high, then the capacity of rocket reduces, and fuel consumption point of view, life of satellite reduces. So mass of satellite also be less. So these are challenges.
That's quite fascinating, sir, to hear about. Mm.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you tell us a brief about the ISRO exam, sir?
Yes, why not? Uh, ISRO exam, actually, when I appeared this exam, it it had 80 questions total, only one paper, single paper. It had 80 questions. ISRO exam, I think, kind of 30. I don't exactly remember the. I remember the number of questions. It had 80 questions total, and each question had 3 marks, so 240 marks total. And it had questions related to mechanical engineering, obviously, and maths also. ISRO exam, yes, mechanical engineering and maths. So when I appeared, the cutoff was like 145 at my time. In my time, cutoff was nearly 145, and yes, it had 240 total marks for 240. Syllabus is completely. I never studied more than means things out from GATE exam. I only studied for GATE exam. I never studied particularly to crack ISRO exam. Um, I only studied for GATE, and I revised my notes, and I just solved previous year papers of ISRO, and I appeared that exam. And ISRO exam is relatively easy. ISRO exam is relatively easy. If you see it from GATE point of view, exam is relatively easy. Yes, and there will not be any calculator to available with you. It Yes, it will be offline. At my In my time it was offline, and today also I think it is offline. So yes, the calculation you have to do with your hand, you have to do. And ISRO interview is relatively considered tough. It is because the ratio at my time they maintained 10:1 in interview level, and recently I think they have taken the exam 2 years back, and in the interview 5:1 ratio they have taken this time. Yes.
Yes, sir. So you have passed out from sir lovely professional university. So
Yes.
how do you think, sir, your BTech days in LPU helped in being what you are today, sir?
Actually, the good thing about LPU is they cover whole syllabus. Means the syllabus of LPU is very like means GATE, means it covers all the subjects related to GATE, and I chose in my last 7th semester. Actually, industrial was in optional. There was many optional subjects like design optional, like automobile optional, industrial optional. So industrial was the subject which I did not studied in the last 6 semesters. So I opted it in the 7th semester. So in industrial engineering, they taught means we have studied everything. On not only industrial engineering was not in our syllabus that time. It was an optional. So I opted it, and in industrial engineering we studied like queuing theory. We studied TQM, total quality management, operation research. So these subjects were optional. So when I was preparing for GATE, I always remembered the syllabus of GATE. So you have to means maybe sometimes there may be some subjects which are in optional, which are not in your uh, regular syllabus. So from GATE point of view, if you are preparing things from GATE point of view, then opt those subjects which are going to come in GATE exam, which fall inside the syllabus of GATE. So I was like since third year I was focusing on GATE, so I knew about syllabus, and I opted those subjects which were going to be part of it. Actually, design subject we had studied actually in optional design, the advanced design they were going to teach, which you can means if you go for MTech, you can study that. So I I choose those subjects.
Yes, sir. Sir, as we know, presently there has been an exponential increase in IT sector and most students opt for these jobs after college too. So,
Hmm.
sir, what would you like to comment about the future scopes of mechanical engineers and how we as students should prepare for it?
Uh, my many friends are in IT sector, and in my college there were means lot of placement in IT relative to mechanical engineering department. Uh, from that point of view, I would say that look, some people uh, are interested in doing job in core field. like we are mechanical engineering, we have to go for mechanical engineering. Same attitude was mine also. So I think even people are choosing IT, then it is, I think, fine. It is okay. I think it is people's choice. Whatever they like, they should go for it. And I think uh, one more thing from mostly I we discussed about gate. One more thing I would like to say, that if you have studied like subject like C language or C++ subjects, if you have studied, then those subjects are also very useful. These days, scientist, data science also is very important these days. And even in ISRO, like like for example, I am taking my case. MATLAB in my college I studied, but not very seriously. Here, MATLAB is very important. MATLAB is a very important tool for analyzing the data, because we participate in vibration test. So MATLAB, which I studied, that is also very important. So from IT question point of view, I would say that IT is a good field and it is having growth, lot of growth in India. Currently, IT is having lot of growth. So if you are choosing, means if you are choosing IT, it is fine. I think it is fine. You can learn things, because in any job, BTech is just a entry level, basic level. So lot of things you have to learn. And if you go in IT also, even with a computer science engineering, you have to learn things. Even a mechanical engineer can go to IT also, and that is fine, I think.
Yes, sir. So this will really help our students to have an insight on what to do. Sir, next, we see that it's approximately going to be 5 years with your association with ISRO. So, sir, what plans do you have for the future?
Uh, for future, actually, when I joined here, I was not very motivated, really. When I joined, actually, initially I had a lot of dreams. Like I was very excited, but in the routine of work, actually, lot of workload is there, obviously. So I was like, I am not learning things. Like 1 year, 1.5 year, I was thinking like that. But I got transferred inside. Like I got transferred in an interesting means every department is interesting, but interest of mine, like I like dynamics, I like vibration test. Vibration was a very good subject, one of the means like favorite subject of my life. So I got transferred to that department in the testing. So currently, I like my work and I would like to grow with the organization. Yes. So this is my plan.
Yes, sir. So, as we know, mechanical engineering is a highly practical field of study. So,
Yes.
however, due to pandemics, everything has been shifted to an online mode, including
Yes.
labs and mechanical workshops. Sir, what
Yes.
are your views on this? And also, sir, what would you suggest for inculcating a more practical mindset among the students, sir?
Okay. Mechanical engineering is a field of design, integration, test. Okay. So during the pandemic, a lot of things changed, like work from home. But this is mechanical engineering. So production, integration, these things cannot be done online. Yes, one thing you can do, you have tested some like you tested you carried out some test, and you can do data evaluation, data interpretation, report generation. These things you can do from home, but the testing you have to do with the hardware, and you have to do it in the lab, because many things you cannot test. And so in uh, in ISRO, we have to go to office, even in during the pandemic, uh, except if we leave the lockdown, things were done in lab only. Like integration things are done in lab. Yes, things like social distancing, these things are followed, but from mechanical engineering point of view, you have to do things on the real hardware. And yes, design you can do on your laptop, but it should sustain those hardware, those uh, heavy softwares. It should means it may not have, so you have to go to office. So uh, practical, second question was your practical, what was your second question? So
Sir, what would you suggest in including a more practical mindset among the students, sir?
practical mindset amongst the students. Uh, I would say that student during the BTech, they should go for internship. They should means when they get somewhere in when they will do internship at means some good place, like let us take example of Bharat Heavy Electrical Limited, or let's take example of ISRO. So when you see hardware, when you apply your theoretical knowledge there, so the mindset changes then. So you have to go in industry if you learn things, and you want to learn things practically. So you have to go in the industry, and you have to apply your theoretical studies there. So that's how you can be more practical.
Thank you, sir. So as we are also doing our engineering in online mode only, so this will definitely help the students. Sir, our next question is like, as an engineer who is working in a National Space Agency of India, sir. So, sir, how do you see India as a country 10 years from now in the field of space research and development or some kind?
Yeah. Uh, During the pandemic, a lot of things had changed, and government of India has its major plans in space tech. So in India, a lot of private organizations are being registered as a space tech organization. So there is a lot of scope, I think. And ISRO also has some policy level changes during these times. Like ISRO, like a private, lot of we are having a MOU with many private industries. With we are providing, we means ISRO is providing its labs for testing, for integration of industries, private industries. And ISRO, there is a body you may have heard about, in space. Have you heard about it? In space, a new body has been formed in space, an umbrella body under which ISRO, NSIL, many organizations, PRL, are coming in it. So, from space point of view, India has taken a very big step. Private, especially for private industry, government lab of ISRO, uh, of PRL, Physical Research Laboratory. These will help private industries, space tech private industries. So future is good. Space tech future is very good. And during these times, Make in India and lot of defense industries are coming. So ISRO is so future is good for mechanical engineering.
Yes, sir. Hopefully, sir, India will be a next superpower in space tech and development.
Yeah, we are
Yes.
working.
Yes, sir. Sir, in this incredible journey of yours, there must have been very highs and lows. Also, even today, I guess there must be times when you feel low, sir. So, how can you keep yourself motivated during these times?
How can we keep ourselves motivated? Good question.
So, like, how do you
Um,
keep yourself motivated? Like, you watch movies or do something like?
yeah, I watch movies, obviously. Uh, when I was preparing for GATE, actually, I was having very low budget. Means I was having very limited money when I was preparing, and during preparation, I used to watch motivation movies, movies with motivation. Like Cinderella Man was a movie. I watched many times that movie, Cinderella Man, and yeah. So motivation, you can take motivation from many places. Many you may watch movies with motivation. But I feel that real motivation is inside you, and you have to means do things in even if you feel low sometimes. It is part of life, and you have to means you should keep trying. Like when I in my first attempt, I was in when I was in fourth year, I had rank 524 in GATE, but I did not had money. It's like due to which I could not apply for means like IOCL was having vacancy, and it was like 500 uh, the for to fill the vacancy there was 500 rupee fee, so I could not fill that form. So these things means happen. You sometimes you feel very low, and I felt many times. You have to look. You can watch movie, you can listen some great people, but real motivation is inside you, and you have to do things on your own.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your
Yeah,
inspiration, sir. So now we'll have just a quick rapid fire round, sir. Just a fun
yeah,
question, some. So
yeah.
if we'd like you to answer some questions, sir. Sir, like first question, sir, a memory from college that you would like to relive again, like of the college days or hostel days, sir.
Live again. What? Live again or relive? Okay, relive. Uh, my first year, uh, I was very means shy. Even now, I am very shy. So in my college time, in my hostel, my roommates means I miss them. I miss them a lot, and yeah, I would like to relive in my hostel, first year hostel.
Yes. So what are your hobbies like? What do you do in your free time?
In my free time, I watch movie, I meditate, but I'm trying to minimize my time to watch movie. So I meditate, and I study research papers related to mechanical engineering. I study these things, and yeah, meditation.
Yes, sir. So
I
your
used to
favorite
play
thing?
cricket also, but now since 2 years I haven't played cricket.
Yes. So during college days, you must have played cricket a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Yes.
I especially in first year, I played a lot of cricket with my means roommates and my colleagues.
So
With my
your favorite thing you like about ISRO as an organization, sir?
ISRO as an organization. Uh, ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. This is a really uh, favorite thing in ISRO.
So
There are a
like
lot
the
of good things. Actually, there are a lot of good things. Hard to like I see the launches. I love them when
yes.
ISRO mission get successful. I love it.
Yes, so what is the experience like? So all the people are excited there, like a space shuttle is being launched. So what is the whole experience there?
Uh, excitation level is very high actually here, and one more thing is very high. Workload is very high. So I said that during first year I was like I want to quit from here. So yeah, excitation is the pressure is very high here. You have to deliver things on time. Like every time when you deliver a payload or you deliver some project, so next time you are expected to do better. And ISRO has done better since last like 10-20 years. Very good. So uh, I from my senior, I have heard. Actually, I never attended any launch, but he attended. So he told me that the project directors, mission directors, they are in so much pressure that they go to temples. They go to church before the launch, before the mission. So ex- means excitation is here, workload or pressure you can say, that is also here. Things are means uh, good. Things are good. Yes.
There's a like lot of effort is put behind any launch, so there must be nervousness also, sir. That's
Yes,
why.
nervousness is also, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Actually, you
So
are responsible. Yes, as an engineer. Actually, I am in quality assurance department. So quality assurance department many times means designer does design, and quality assurance people verify the margins. They verify the testing procedure. After the test, they have to certify it is qualified, it is not qualified. So there sometimes even on juniors, like when I joined here, I was obviously junior. So there is a responsibility that you have to clear it, and it should be okay. Then you have to clear it. Like you have pressure. Yeah.
yes, sir. So the last question of rapid fire, sir. Sir, your favorite movie you have just recently watched? Any movie, sir, you like?
Recently, I have watched many movies. Recently, I won't say any favorite. Most favorite movie is my Batman trilogy.
Yes,
I love them. Batman Begins and The Dark Knight Rises. Three, these three are my favorite. And Three Idiot. Three Idiot I have watched 8-9 times. I don't watch it now. Now I hate watching it. I have watched so many times. And yes, Batman trilogy is best.
yes, sir. So like you are a DC fan or complete Marvel fan? Or, like you like Batman,
Uh,
so maybe DC.
uh, Actually, 2 years back, 2 or 3 years back, I didn't even know that DC and Marvel, they are two separate things. I watched everything, and yeah, I like Marvel Avengers also. I love it. I watched it twice or thrice. Yeah, so I won't say I'm only DC fan or only Marvel fan. I love both of them.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So with this, we almost come to the end of our podcast episode, sir. So last, sir, before wrapping it up, sir, we'd like to just ask for a few tips for us as future engineers, like those who are appearing for GATE or any other competitive exam.
Mm,
Any advice you'd like to give, sir? Like GATE, we can nowadays, I think we can appear in third year also, and it has changed. I
mm.
think third year also we can appear. So
Uh,
what you like to give, sir?
in my time, when means in my time, when there was like when someone scores 75 mark or 80 was very high. So nowadays gate has been saturated. So prepare for gate, but if lot of PSUs they are taking separate exams, so appear those two and those also. And if you prepare for gate, obviously you will be prepared for any exam related to mechanical engineering. Yes, there will be some exam which may have like other tests like GK and English, and many questions of English. So when you are preparing for gate, when you are preparing for gate, so syllabus जैसे you have to means like every means every word of syllabus you must know, and appear test appear some test series. If you are preparing, appear some test series, and when you are appearing some test, after the test, suppose 2 hours 2 hour or 3 hour test you are taking, after giving the test you analyze them where you are doing silly mistakes, where you are doing means you know things, where you are lagging silly mistakes. You have to avoid silly mistakes, you have to revise things. So 3 hour test maybe of 3 hours, but after those 3 hours at least spend 5 6 hours on the questions where you missed, and revise things, revise things. Appear test series are going to be very important, they are very important. And during my time, when I sometimes I used to be very nervous, so uh, I I wa- I used to pray to God. Means during my preparation time, I used to sit. Means I remember once or twice. I used to sit like this for 20 30 minutes. Sometimes you don't have concentration. There are a lot of things at like Android phone you are having. Your lot of distraction you are having. So one more thing I would say, that sacrifice is also required. Sacrifices are also required. So be ready for sacrifice if you want to achieve something. That sacrifice maybe means different for any for different people. That may be different. Yes. So sacrifice and concentration. For concentration, you can do like prayers. Means you can develop your own way. So these things are important.
So thank you so much, sir, for taking your time out and attending our podcast. Our students from our college or whoever watched this episode, they will be really inspired by your journey, by your tips, sir. So once again, thank you so much, sir, for attending our podcast.